Oh shit! I just recently made a Google Maps discovery where I think I discovered another reservoir. The question is it abandoned? Well, come along with myself and Revenge the Apocalypse and we'll find out together. So welcome to another cold, blustery day here in Northeast Pennsylvania. As I'm losing my traction on this ice.
As long as you got that.
I got it. So as you can see, it is pretty icy out. But we are making our way to what I believe is possibly an abandoned reservoir. All right, let me stop here and finish what I'm saying before I fall on my you-know-what. The reservoir, I don't know for a fact if it's abandoned. On the maps, it looks overgrown. The dam area looks like it's seen better days. So we're gonna take this icy slope here. Pray to God we don't slip and fall because we're gonna slide all the way back down to the bottom. And we'll find out once we get there. We've got a lot of ground to cover and we wanna stay warm because it's cold and windy. So we're gonna get moving. So we came across what we appear to be some type of cave, hopefully not a bear den, and going in protected just in case. I want to check it out and see if it is worthy of a return visit, so hopefully I don't encounter anything. Wow, there's heat coming out of here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's already inviting.
There's garbage back here. People have been back here.
Yeah? So is it just kind of a hole or does it actually go anywhere?
So when you go in there, the floor raises up a little bit and the top, the back of which is the rock face, comes down, but it doesn't pinch off. It actually keeps going. You have to kind of belly army crawl to get through it, but it does keep going and there's heat coming out of here, so it might open up to something else. There's garbage back there. People have been back there, whether for shelter or something else, but we're not the first ones to discover it. But I think maybe in the summer it may be worthy of a return visit to see what this actually is and where it possibly goes. If you could tell by the trees rocking back and forth in the wind like hippies around a fire, you could tell it's pretty windy. And we are making progress. We are now pretty much on top of a mountain. It's super windy, there's more snow up here, and we're following this trail which looks like an ATV has been on. But it looks like, according to Google Maps, the reservoir is over there. So as long as this trail heads in that direction, we'll make it there on an easier path. Otherwise, if not, we may have to just cut through and make our own path. But we are, I'm hoping, only about 10 minutes away. That's if we don't run into any trouble, distractions, or any of the sorts. So I'm pretty excited to see it. I'm fairly certain it's abandoned, but I have been fooled before, so we'll definitely get confirmation of it once we are there. So another update for you. We are taking the scenic route there. Since everything is snow covered and kind of slippery, we thought the path we started on was going to take us right to it. It took us in the general direction, but we're actually farther past the reservoir than I thought we were going to be. We came through a fork and we turned left, which is what we're walking on right now. And pretty hopeful this is going to take us right to the reservoir. Off in the distance, I do see a clearing. So I think we are almost there. But if not, we'll figure it out one way or the other. But we are going to check it out. I'm pretty certain of that. Here's a tree stand, what's left of it. It's like a hunter's tree stand there. It's like the tree collapsed. Also hoping too, once we come down in elevation a little bit, that we get some blockage from the wind, because it is pretty blustery. But with us moving and with the sun being out, it's tolerable. But I wouldn't want to be stranded out here. It's only supposed to get windier as the day goes on. Yeah. Well, this is one of those rare trees that grow pipes. It's almost like a Twinkie tree. I've heard about those. All right, everyone. Perseverance has paid off. We just made our way down the trail, and as my calculations were correct, thanks to Google GPS, we have made it. And you can see right ahead of me here is the head wall, which I'm going to attempt to walk on. But the other good thing is I did bring Jayhawk's in the bag. It is windy out, but I think I should be able to get some footage from the air showing you this reservoir. It's not full, it's not up to the head wall or the spillway, but there is indeed a body of water down there that looks like it's frozen. So we are going to check this place out and see what we could discover. There's trails going in different directions here. I don't know why I have you pointing at me, but there's a trail going down here, there's a trail down there. So we're going to explore this whole area, and so far I am pleasantly surprised to find out that it is here and it is indeed abandoned. Oh, here we go. Springbrook Water Supply Company. And this dates back to 1906 or 1908. All right, so already right off the bat we got some information. Springbrook Water Company, which is no longer using this for a active reservoir because it's not maintained. This has been overtaken by nature and the elements. But yeah, so far, good start. Yeah, walking this may not be the best idea. It is frozen and it's a far drop off both sides. I did plan on walking all the way out there. It's not going to happen right at this moment. It's just not worth the risk. If this happens to melt down and get soft, I will attempt it before we leave, but right now it's a solid sheet of ice, so this is as far as I'm going. Yeah. Oof. That reason right there is why I'm not going any further. I almost fell 3 times on the way back. Yeah, that is an accident waiting to happen. As much as I'd like to walk out to the edge, and I would if it was dry and non-slippery, but it truly is not worth the risk. It is windy and it's just like a skating rink. So we're going to take the safe route and we'll see what we can discover down here. Alan is on the other side near the body of water, so make sure you check out his video as well to see what he is discovering and see some of the footage of ourselves having a tough time traversing our way to the reservoir. Okay, this may be getting more interesting. I do see a structure down there which looks like it could be a pump or valve house. But by the signs of it though, looking at it right now, where it's kind of in the condition it's in, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is officially abandoned? Or do you think maybe it's just kind of in need of repair? I'm leaning towards abandoned. And the reason I could tell you that is because of this right here. It looks like they have possibly dynamited the head wall spillway. There it is. Look at it. It's completely open. So this would have went straight across. It's a solid wall. And it would have been a spillway at a certain point for where they want the water to come over to keep the level maintained. But now that this is gone, it's just more like a natural lake and has a natural spill over here at ground level. So I'm pretty certain this is 100% abandoned, or otherwise they wouldn't have done this. But yeah, Alan's down there right now by the structure. I'm gonna get down there. Then we'll check out up here and we'll throw Jayhawk up in the sky. And this actually marks my second abandoned reservoir that I not only discovered on Google Maps, but able to document in person. So, kind of 2 for 2. Oh, here's a better look. That is super thick too. Once I get up there, you'll be able to see. I'll put, like, you know, myself in front of the wall. You can see how massively thick that concrete is to withstand all that pressure from the water. Here's some bedrock here, and here is the overflow coming from the lake. Right here is a big metal door. Looks like it came off the side of that building right there. All right, I got to make it over. It's icy right there, but I think I could do it. So here we go. I just walked right into thorns. Oh, that hurts. Ah! Get off me! All right, I'm dry, but that was painful. I don't, ow, geez. I don't have the long legs like Alan. So right in front of the building is 2 drainage pipes, which originally would have been used to control the level of the reservoir. Inside of there, I'm guessing there's a valve, which will open these up to discharge the water. So these pipes would go straight through that head wall into the bottom of the lake. That's how they could lower the water if they had to do any dam repairs or to retrieve water for the purpose of having a reservoir. Yep, I was correct. Here are the valves. So these are connected to the pipes, and they would have put an arm on these to turn almost like a fire hydrant. And there's even some gearing there. So just like a traditional valve or faucet, one way to open it, one way to close it. But these are the tops of those pipes which continue straight in that direction. And it's all concrete with some metal supports. It's in good condition though, for the most part. So we're standing right now essentially where the wall would have continued straight through, and it is indeed, I'm almost certain, blasted away. If I was to guesstimate, that thickness there is probably about 15 feet across on the base. Up on top, maybe closer to 10 feet. But that is a good size. Here's looking at the inside of the wall where normally this would be underwater. I'm believing that is the spillway right there, the original height of it. You can see there's a tree there that's been growing for a long time. So this hasn't seen water for, I'm guessing, a few decades, but that looks like the original spillway would have went straight across. And here's what's left of the body of water. Very similar to the one that I filmed before, where we discovered it and went swimming there and stuff like that, where the level is much lower. There is a rail line off in the distance, which you may not be able to see, but that does kind of give perspective how much lower it is compared to that. But if we look at the wall though, it's hard to tell, but there is a water line. And you see that white stripping there? The line is about maybe 3 to 5 feet below that. There's like a fuzzy, darker line. I'm pretty certain that is the water line when this was in use. So I would be well underwater here. From there to the water is probably 30 feet. From me to that line, maybe 15 feet. So I would be submerged completely and then some. But this is a pretty neat area. As to why they abandoned it, I don't have the answer to that. I just know that it's been sitting here like this for a long time. Based on the images of Google Maps and seeing it in person, there's been no activity here other than just people coming recreationally to check it out. Could be fishing here. It could be crystal clear water. I'm probably going to return in the summertime to do an update here and maybe even get some underwater footage. I did plan on sticking you guys underwater today, but as we can tell, it is, making sure I don't fall, it is pretty frozen. So unfortunately, it's just not going to happen today, but if you guys do want me to return in the summer, just to give you a whole different look at it and to get some underwater footage, whether it's just sticking you guys on my long selfie stick in there or snorkeling, feel free to comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. It's kind of surreal walking on this landscape here, knowing that this was underwater decades ago. And you just picture the landscape when it was submerged, where it's like a shallow area and then there's drop-offs. I don't know how deep that is today, but this was definitely a pretty deep reservoir when it was filled to capacity. So we are making our way back on the trail that we should have taken originally away from the reservoir. And thankfully it's a bit calmer here with the wind, getting some feeling back in our fingers and toes. But as we saw, the reservoir is officially abandoned, and it's a pretty cool one. They definitely have dynamited that spillway, and now the water doesn't get any higher than what it is right now. And although it's frozen, I do plan on returning in the summer to come back and show you a nice landscape of how it looks all lush and green, but also more importantly, get some underwater footage. But would love to hear your thoughts. Whatever you thought of today's video, share it down below. If you did enjoy the video, giving it a thumbs up is free. It only takes a second and lets me know that you enjoy this content. And as I'm talking to you guys, I gotta make sure I don't follow my butt in this muddy mess. Also, be sure to check out Alan's channel. It will be linked down below. You can see his footage of the video of the location. And we have more adventures in store, so be on the lookout for those to see where we're going next. So before I get stuck in the mud here, I'm going to say farewell. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to Alan for coming. And like always, guys, I'll see you real soon in the next video. I think I discovered, wait, what did I say? Oh yeah. Bloopers. Well, when you have an icy hill in front of you, there's only one way to get down. And it's like this. Oh boy. Get out! Oh, ah! Rock up the butt. Ah. That was so good until then. I'm gonna be sore tonight, but that was fun. Oh shit.